Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to our Tekkit 2 Let's Play adventure, where last time we got home from the moon, and it was a fun trip. We had a great time. I was delirious from expired cold medication. Never take expired medication that you found in the back of your cabinet, everyone. Bad idea. But we're back now. And I've done a little bit of tidying up, so I've got some stuff planned for today's episode, but before we engage with any of that, I just wanted to show you that down here, on the far end of the basement, I have moved all of our space-related things to be here below the actual launch. What is that horrible noise? What is that actual horrible sound? Is that the butterflies? What is making that noise? Anyone else hear that? Anyway, what was it? You hear there's like a zombie villager around here somewhere. Where is that coming from? It's like it's under the house or something. You hear it? It's like getting louder. Ah! Witches! There's witches down here, that's what it is. Okay, alright, nobody panic, it's fine, it's just witches. It's just witches, we can deal with this. Let's first off fly up here. Okay, do we have any milk? I don't think we have any milk. Jeez. Can poison actually kill us? No. Okay, do we have any cows nearby? Jeez, what a weird distraction right at the start of the episode. Not at all what I was... What is this? We don't have time for this. We'll deal with this in a minute. I gotta find a cow. There we go. There we go. Hello, cow. So we're gonna get that, and then we're going to teach that to the system, so that in the future we can have access to milk. And then we don't need it anymore because we're no longer poisoned. Jeez, we just flew right into the middle of whatever this place is. Not the best call. And then who is this? Who are you? Who the heck are you? Napier? Hold on a second. Hi. What? Questions? Hello, Rees Crafts. My name is Napier. It's taken me a long time to find you. Okay, Napier. How do you know my name? And why have you been looking for me? You visited our village once. You promised you would come back and restore the damage you had done. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I completely forgot about that. That was like episode 0. Wait, what? The heck? Why is that sand a different color? Also, wait a minute. Where's the pirate ship that used to be over here? Okay, hold on. No, the village, though. It was like up here. Right, yeah, I took all of their food and said I would come back and help them. Jeez, okay. Well, listen, I'm a bit busy, but I promise you that maybe next episode after, I will go back to your village and I will put everything back together, okay? Okay, I'll hang out here until then. That's fine, Napier. You hang out here, look out for like creeper zombies and skeletons. Good gosh. Just all kinds of disasters right at the start of the episode. I'm gonna go deal with these witches underneath my house, and we're gonna put some lights down here, and then I'll finish showing you what's going on. Maybe by flying away, they've despawned? Oh, actually, yeah, it seems like that's what happened. What is this? Wait just a minute. Hold on just a minute. We need to get some torches. It's a bit much. I really like, I don't care about the cost, I really like the glowstone torches. I like the look of them. Alright, we're gonna light this place up down here so that this doesn't happen again. Don't have random things spawning in whatever this is under my house. What is this? The heck? Oh, I thought these were skeletons, but they're just stalactites. Has this been here this whole time? This is bizarre. I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised by there being a tunnel. There's so many other weird things going on. You know what? We don't have time to explore all of this right now. I don't know how far it goes, but we'll go ahead and we'll get an interdiction torch. And we will set that up right down here at the end of the tunnel. And then that way, nothing can actually come down this way. And then I think we've probably got it lit well enough that nothing else will spawn down here. So, yeah. This is weird. This is like, there's definitely something back here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. What? This is just under my house? Oh my gosh. I had no idea that this was here. This is wild. Okay, you know what? Doesn't matter. A lot of stuff in here. Invar. Never needed Invar before. Okay, we'll get all of this. We'll take all of this. Well, this is something to deal with at a later date. Like a not right now sort of situation. Not in the beginning of an episode sort of situation. So we're going to, Shrek, how do I get out of here? Oh, right up here. Okay. We're just going to fill all of this with light. And, man, I don't know. I guess we need to remember how to get down there. Okay. We'll put a trap door there. And, perfect. We'll go explore that later. Speaking of trap doors, trying to get back on with the episode where we left off. Jeez. Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes things like that just happen, you know? Get rid of all that, clean up the inventory. I got rid of that door through the dirt, and we now have access through this lovely trapdoor, which makes way more sense, because it's much easier to hide. And we have our rocket, all of our bat boxes and everything, so I put another diamond tank here full of our fuel, ready to go. And I haven't built another fuel loader like I said I was going to, but I am going to. Don't you worry about that. Then down here we have our Galacticraft chest full of Galacticraft things, including our Tier 2 rocket. So I went ahead and made the smaller, compact workbench. I don't know how you add upgrades. Do just like right-click, shift right-click. Where do I put this? Here? Hello? Oh? Oh, add new schematic. There we go. Unlock schematic. Back. Tier 2 rocket. Tier 1 rocket. I guess we could go ahead and add a moon buggy as well, if we were so inclined, because we've got so many of those. I don't know why I would ever want to build a moon buggy, but if I wanted to, there it is. There you go. We've also got we got our diamond tank here. All of our different machines are set up, and then I've got them connected via a hidden cable. There it is. That is run under the floor, and it's covered with trapdoors in case I need to service it at any point. I think that might be everything, isn't it, Prescott? I mean, I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I've done since last episode. There's one small thing down here. I don't remember whether or not we actually talked about this plan, but I went ahead and executed on it. So we've got an MFE now, which will limit our output to 128 EU per tick. Did we actually talk about this? I can't remember if that was in episode, like, 11 or 10.5. 10.5 got scrapped. It was very boring. I was very sick. Nothing really happened. Yeah, so the solar panels were not generating enough power, even with the help of a nuclear reactor, to really keep this thing running. And I thought, hey, wait a minute, I've got a better idea. We already have an MV transformer, let's just have it go into an MFE, and then the MFE will artificially lower the output to 128 EU per tick, which is enough to keep this running, and enough to keep this running. And yeah, this will now just keep going and slowly, and I say slowly, that's not too slow, but slowly generating more and more UU matter in the background, and we don't have to worry about running out of power. Speaking of UU matter, if we have a look over here in the IC2 Classics chest, wow, hey, that's exactly 3 stacks of this stuff, which is good. So, with all of that preamble out of the way, by the way, welcome to Unlucky Episode 13. So far, it's really living up to what we expect an Unlucky episode to be. Just chaos and disorder. Missing pirate ships, random villagers, witches under my house, nonsense and chaos ensuing, an unlucky episode 13. But we're gonna carry on and hope for the best. So I recently got contacted by the creator of the IC2 Classic mod, who actually reached out during the Tekkit Legends series 6 years ago now, which is crazy. But he made some recommendations for things we could check out, including this, which is a CobbleGen upgrade, which does what you think it would do. It generates cobble inside of the machine, which would be incredible down there inside of the Mass Fabricator, because, I mean, we can stack these. We could have like 8 of these in one of those slots, and it would just generate its own cobblestone. That's nuts. That's cool. We're going to build one of those. I think we probably have enough to build one of these upgrade containers, even though I can't think of a single machine that needs one. We've talked about it so many times, I feel obligated to do it. We also have the industrial workbench, which is apparently a sort of, well, I don't know, maybe automatic workbench. He described it as something that would be very handy. Specifically, the comment was on the episode where we built all those solar panels. Something about remembering recipes and being able to manufacture them, maybe without having to. We're gonna build one. It doesn't look particularly difficult. A lot of crafting tables, sure. Hoppers, electric circuits. These are the only things I don't really know about. Oh, it's just a toolbox. Why would one want to build a toolbox? Let me get out the wiki. I'm gonna find out what the toolbox is for. I'm shuffling things around. I gotta get my other keyboard. Okay, I've had a good night's rest, and I've learned that the toolbox is for storing tools. I know. That's not particularly shocking or surprising to any of you, I am sure. I'm going to get started on building this thing. Do we not have any copper cables? Have we used up all of our copper cables? There's some copper cables. Okay, so, toolbox. Refined iron around a chest of any sort, and then surround that toolbox with carbon plating to get your nano toolbox. And with that, I think we've got everything that we need. The only issue here is that we can't actually craft it inside of the project bench. Now, what we could do is we could get the... Oh, shoot, where is it? I don't know where my Philosopher's Stone is. It's probably inside of the alchemical bag. But, man, I don't know. What if we just did this and we built a pocket crafting table? Was this in here when we first tried the pack? Because I seem to recall trying to build one of these and it wasn't there. Whoa! This is not what I expected. This is different. Does this actually use our inventory as the crafting table? Oh, that's nutty. I kind of love it, though. Okay, so the way we want to build this is we have our 2 nano toolboxes, our 4 electronic circuits, 28 crafting tables, and 4 hoppers. Yeah, so it just uses a portion of our inventory. That's kind of clever. I mean, it's not as convenient because it means you don't get that extra storage space, which was a cool hack you could do with a pocket crafting table and a stick, you know, in other packs, is it would give you essentially 9 extra slots. This is cool too, though. It's handy. Industrial work table. Lovely. And there you go. I don't think that this was in the earlier versions. If it was, I didn't see it, but there it is. It's from Charset. Charset, interestingly enough, has other cool things in it. Like, for instance, these barrels, which I also got a comment about, I believe also from the IC2 Classic creator. So we're going to be building one of these in a minute. Oh boy, so I tried to open this up on the little GitHub wiki, and it's literally red. There's no entries for it, so we're kind of on our own here. We just kind of have to work it out. But, whoa, okay! There's a lot here. Restock inventory. Recursive crafting, manual inventory snapshot. It takes a global snapshot of the inventory to refill instead of 1 per craft action. Refill buffer with manual snapshot. Ignore durability, only for item crafting. Some recipes do not support this. Or dictionary, only for item collection. Some recipes do not support this. Use NBT only for item collection. Some recipes do not support this. This is nuts. Center GUI. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, yeah, it's just kind of off-center by default. And centering it just kind of moves it over here. But I guess that if we cleared this, it would cause that to happen. Alright, yeah, not centering it seems to be the better option. This is a lot. There's a lot going on here. It says that a pickaxe is an effective tool, but I don't believe it. It's an IC2 machine. I have questions, I have concerns, I have a sword slowly dying. We're going to go ahead and move this over here. And, I mean, we still don't know how this world anchor works, so we're going to get rid of it, and we're going to plop this down right next to our project bench, which we do know how to work. And we're just going to start crafting this with this and try to figure things out here. Oh, okay, that... Ooh, save? Oh. I'm confused. So, oh, if I just click up here... Aha! How do we unlock these other ones? Also, it's got a nice, generous storage inside of here. Apparently, it works with adjacent inventories, but I'm not really sure how exactly that functions either. So if I just have that in there and I create one of these... Ooh, not enough refined iron ingot provided, and recursive crafting is disabled. Recursive crafting. Can't find recipe for refined iron ingot. Take a global snapshot of all the inventory. Yeah, maybe? Refill buffer with manual snapshot? No items found in inventory already refilled? I'm so confused. Maybe it needs to be next to it. So maybe we need to move our anvil. And then maybe we need to get like a regular chest, right? Like something it would expect finding. Nice vanilla chest. Plop that sucker down. And then we will throw a bunch of refined iron in there. And then we will say restock inventory. And then we will we'll get some of these out. And we'll have that be there. And then we will say build me one of these. Refill buffer with manual snapshot. I don't know what that means. Take a global snapshot of the inventory to refill instead of once per crafting action. Recursive crafting. The recursive crafting is one I don't really understand, but if I build one of these, and I build another one of these, and I build... Okay, no, we're all out of that. Can't find recipe for refined iron ingot. Oh. I see. So it was going to attempt to create more refined iron ingots. Because it doesn't have enough. That makes sense. Restock inventories. Why is it not seeing the chest? You know what I mean? I'm loading up a different wiki. I'm on wiki.industrial-craft.net, which I think is for the new version of Industrial Craft, not Classic, but we'll see what we find here. Okay, well I found a video on Reddit by Speiger, the actual mod creator, demoing it, and I don't entirely follow still, but I think I get the general idea. It's him making solar panels. And it's automatically pulling things in from storage drawers, which is really, really cool. Let me experiment a bit. Apparently there are memory sticks we can get and put in here, and that opens up these slots. And that's cool because you can swap them out depending on what you're building, and you can have different memory sticks for different things. But let's say we wanted to build copper wire, right? So put that in there like that, and save. And we're going to store it right there, okay? So that's the recipe for copper wire. But, why would we actually store that one? I have no idea. Why wouldn't we just go all the way with the proper full recipe, actually, now that I think about it? Let's do that instead. Okay, so first things first, we're going to save the recipe for copper wire. And it is right there. Then, we are going to put some redstone... a single refined iron, and the copper cable here, right? Now, we've only got 6 copper wire in our inventory. So, once we build one of these, we're going to run out of copper wire, right? Wrong. Because it can automatically use the items in our inventory down here to generate more copper wire. We don't have to make copper wire anymore. It'll just automatically generate it. And we could just keep making these things. How crazy is that? And in fact, why don't we save this recipe too? Let's get some lapis, and let's get some glowstone, and let's go a step further with this. And by the way, this can be used in automation, apparently, so you can automate these, which we really need to do at some point in the future. But let's get that, not that recipe, let's get that up there. And we will surround that. I think it's like this, and then a couple of these, and a couple of those. And then we're going to save that one as well, okay? Now, we're going to get these out of here, because we've already got those. Get rid of that, alright? The question you may be wondering is, Rees, how can you build one of these? You don't have one of these, and you don't have any of these. It can just do it! It can manufacture this and this without me having to do anything, provided I have the items in my inventory. So I can just make these. I don't have to... Okay, well, let's see. What have we run out of? Couldn't craft copper? Oh, we ran out of rubber. That's fine. That happens. So the next trick is going to be somehow getting this thing to see the rubber in the adjacent inventory, and I haven't figured that out yet. According to the comment, it can automatically restock from attached inventories and remembers the inventory layout. From attached inventories is the part that confuses me. Because, I mean, unless we're just missing something here, and there's a different side of this thing that needs to be particularly used when attaching to inventories. It's not connecting up to my chest. Maybe I'm dumb. A couple of those and a couple of these. Things from the bushes and things from the trees. I think they're yucky, but I know they'll please my friends for dinner. Da-da-da. Boom. And now we can manufacture... Let's see, what are we missing? Gold cable? Really? Well, hold on. I'll just move that up here then. There we go. And, okay, I'll just move that up here as well. And then we'll just... Okay, we'll just move everything up here. How about that? And then we'll... There we go. Fantastic. We'll build 2 of them. So apparently we just put that down here, or up here, and it unlocks one of those other slots, and we can have more. And if you're wondering, well, geez, wait a minute, that is not a whole lot. Well, we can have a bunch of these. We can just cycle them out as we need them. I think these are really cool, and I encourage everyone watching at home to play around with them as well. Mainly so that you can tell me, once you figure out how exactly you go about making it connect to external inventories, once you figure it out, comment and let me know. Because that'll be fantastic information for me. I'll be very appreciative of it. So that's the industrial work table. I've got a lot more to do to really, truly understand and master it, but it's really, really cool. Something else I wanted to try building was the oak wood barrels. Not from IC2 Classic, but was recommended to me by the dev. So apparently these will hold 64 stacks of one type of item. It just requires wood and a slab, and to my understanding, I think we can actually build this with any type of wood. I don't think it needs to be oak wood, so if we wanted to. I mean, I didn't see cherry wood as an option, so I wouldn't necessarily say go for it, you know, on that one. Maybe we'll try with acacia wood as well, because I'm a little bit more confident in that actually working out for us. We'll go ahead and do it in here. So, do we actually have acacia wood taught into the system yet? Apparently, yes. Do we have acacia wood slabs? I highly doubt it. I know that we have cherry wood. Do we have cherry wood slabs? I highly doubt that as well. So now is a great opportunity to make sure that we can get more of those in the future. But let's try. I'm curious. Let's see if we can do it. I might be doing the recipe wrong. Does it require one at the bottom? It does. Well, that's on me then. I am a silly, silly fool. Okay, so we got our cherry wood, and let's see what happens. We're going to do a big U. And that goes up there. Oh my gosh! Okay, yeah, cherry wood barrel. Cool. And then we can do the same thing with the acacia wood and get an acacia wood barrel. Now, the type of barrel you use I don't really think matters. I think it's just aesthetics, but they do look really good. So then let's say we wanted to take all of our refined iron. I'm assuming we just right-click it in there. And if we double right-click really quick, it'll take everything out of our inventory in like one quick go. So watch this. Boom, 46 stacks, each 64 of our... Oh, okay, yeah, you can individually take them out by left-clicking, and I'm assuming you can individually put them in probably by shift right-clicking. I don't know that to be the fact. Oh! Oh! I didn't know you could do that! Not what we want to do! But my gosh, I love it! Can we pick all these back up now? I did not know you could shift right click one of these down. And hold down shift and left click. Okay, I'm sorry. I got really distracted there. I have no idea how you would put just one in there. I'm not sure if you can, but you can take them out. You can take out a whole one by left-clicking, and then probably shift left-clicking to take out just one at a time. Yeah. Wild. Now, does this actually save us any storage space? Not really, because one of these has, what is it, 104 or 108 slots in it? So 108 stacks of 64 versus 64 stacks of 64. And unfortunately, if we actually look up the mod itself, so what is it? At charset? There doesn't appear to be any kind of upgrades we can do with it. Well, that's interesting. If you hold down shift, instead of showing you what this is, instead of showing you the barrel, Shows you what's inside of it, which I guess would be useful for behind it. Oh, okay. So if we have a different item in our hand and we right-click it, it gives us a little pop-up telling us how much is in there. So 3,008 refined iron ingots. When you look at a stack of objects, right? Like each of these is a stack of 64. It's really hard to quantify how much that actually is. And so looking at the number, 3,242, gosh, that really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? Oh gosh, Napier's just standing out in the rain. Oh well. Oh. You're in a rough situation, aren't you, right now? You're kind of being pushed around by various different torches. Sorry, it's a bad day out for all, isn't it, when the rain comes? Well, that's barrels, everyone, and I can see us using them for some things, but then again, maybe not for like lots of different things. Maybe things like down here, where we know for some reason it has trouble remembering different saplings, and so far I've been storing them, or displaying them up here in these lovely picture frames, and then actually storing the excess over here. Maybe we could replace this wall with a bunch of barrels to store all of those items. That would be really cool. Barrels, neato. Something else that we have up here, and this was someone else recommending this. This was the black hole unit. These things are cool. These things hold an immense amount of storage, and in fact, I've had to pull up the wiki just to tell you that it'll hold 2,147,833,647 of a single item, which is insane. Now, these don't look... I mean, how do you build one of these? You might be wondering, Rees. That's a lot of really confusing things. Well, it's actually not that difficult to construct. Like, the ingredients aren't all that demanding, and really, plastic is the only catch here, because we've never actually delved into this industrial foregoing, at least I don't think we have, in this particular series. But it just requires some dry rubber, which you get from tiny little dry rubber, which, if we have a look in the manual here, energy doesn't have a speed up... Well, that's not helpful. Never mind. I know how to do this. And we're going to do this. But first, let's talk about these two upgrades, because we've been talking about building this one for a really long time. Advanced alloy. Iridium. Carbon plating. And then I think we also need a chest. Just one, I believe, should get the job done. Regular old... vanilla Minecraft chest. The iridium is going to also require diamond, which of course I knew that. That's not news to me. We've got that. We're good to go. Iridium! Make sure we actually throw all of that up there so we can keep building them. We're going to build 2 iridium plate. We might have built iridium plate before in the past. I can't remember. And I don't know why I built 2 of them, as we will need 2 additional ones. And now we are all out of... Hold on. Let's take a look in here. If there is iridium inside of this chest, I want you to know I don't see it, and that's okay. We're going to go ahead and create some more with UU matter. And 4 ought to do it, because we're just going to create 1 more of these. That is all of the iridium plate that we need. And now we combine that with a chest and... some carbon plating. I'm sorry, but why are you being like this? I'll do it myself if I have to. I don't mind. I just don't understand why you won't automatically pull it in. What is the issue here? What is the actual... Oh, hold on. I'm a dope. That's what the problem is. Look at the recipe, right? Look at the recipe. Look at what I did. Look at the recipe. Look at what I did. What am I doing wrong here? Trapped chest? Does it have to actually be a trapped chest specifically? I don't even know how to build a trapped chest. Fine, what do I need to do? I need to build it. I've never done this. Okay. Iron stick plank that gives us a trap wire hook. Literally, I don't think I've ever built one of these before. Combine that with a chest to get yourself an oak trapped chest. Again, don't think I've ever built one of these before. Put all that together and you get yourself your upgrade container. Right click it, we can put up to 3 upgrades in there. Very neat stuff. Get rid of that. And CobbleGen Upgrade. This one, there's a ton of different things we can use for it, but I think the most basic is going to be buckets. Bucket of lava, bucket of water. A golden pickaxe, which I would be shocked if we had one of those. Yeah, so we're going to have to manually manufacture one using our bare hands and our raw animalistic instincts. We are man. We are creatures of the field. We build tools so that we can conquer and we can dominate and consume all life upon the earth and rule with an iron fist. I'm just saying words now. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'm still feeling kind of sick. That hasn't gone away. Don't think just because the time has passed that I'm well. CobbleGen Upgrade. If you hold down Alt, apparently, it'll tell you that produces 1 cobblestone per second. So not a whole lot, but actually probably all that we really need downstairs anyway. Whee! Let's go to bed. Let's sleep this storm over. So right now what we're doing is we've got this going, right? And this is pretty fantastic. This is a great system we've got. It works perfectly fine. But let's get rid of that import upgrade. And what we're going to see is that it's going to start running out of cobblestone. Or is it? Yes, because it's consuming more cobblestone than just 1 CobbleGen upgrade could possibly produce. But once it's empty, I mean, first off, actually, now that I realize it, that was producing stone, not cobblestone. But there you go. There's one of those. Probably going to need more than one of those. I have a question, right? And here is my question. We have this memory stick, right? And it says hold down control, and then presumably holding down control will tell me what's in it. But what if I did something different instead? What if I got my anvil back out and I named the memory stick? Would it still work? So if I put my memory stick there and we call this one IC2 Upgrades, right? And that's going to cost me 1 enchantment. IC2 upgrades, and then I put that in here. Will it still work? Hot diggity! So, this is the one we're going to be using for IC2 upgrade. I love that! We'll throw all of that in there, and then we're going to pull up that recipe. We're going to save it into here, inside of IC2 upgrades. And then we're going to, what? Oh. I guess I did it wrong. Okay, save. There we go, and then we can just manufacture these. Lovely, and they are stackable. I mean, so each one of these will do 1 per second. So if we have, like, 8 of them, which we've already got 1 in the machine downstairs, we've got to keep that in mind. That's going to do 8 per second. And I don't know how much power they consume, and I quite frankly don't care, because it seems very unlikely that they're going to be the thing that kind of takes this over the edge. Oh, okay, yeah. See, now we have too many is the issue. But once this thing gets back going up at speed, because it's slowed down a bit, because we weren't currently using it. How are you doing, by the way? Oh, good, you're full. Lovely, lovely. You're full as well. Shut down. Shut it down. We'll have to come back down here later and see how it's holding up when it's going, you know, closer to 100%. But for now, we'll leave it functioning with 8, because it looks like that's doing a pretty decent job. So that's all of the things that were recommended via comments from Speiger, IC2 Classic creator, as well as one other person. Now time for part 2 of the video, getting started with industrial foregoing. Now, my understanding, based on the cursory reading of a random CurseForge page, is that we'll need to build a tree fluid extractor to extract fluid from the tree, put that inside of a latex processing unit, and then probably we'll end up with dry rubber? Or maybe tiny dry rubber? What is this? This is a latex processing unit. Yeah, I think that's gonna be how this works. This is really straightforward, too. It's stone, it's a furnace, it's redstone, it's an iron gear, which no longer has a recipe, so that's fun. But we're not gonna, it doesn't have EMC value anymore, I should say. We're not gonna dwell on that for too long, because you know what? We could be upset about it, and we could spend all of our time thinking about how infuriating that is. But that's not really going to help us at all. That's not going to help us get this done. That's not going to get us anywhere. Redstone, furnace, iron gear, which is just, I just took a stone gear that I already had. You know how to do this. We've done this a number of times. Regular stone, tree fluid extractor. Now, I don't know what type of fuel or what type of energy this is going to use. We're going to take a shot in the dark and say, you know what, the developers of the mod pack knew what they were doing, and glass fiber cable will probably work. I don't know if we need to hook this up to any type of tree in particular. I was gonna try to just hook it up out here to one of these lovely cherry wood trees and run the power from over here, but I'm realizing that's a long way to run power. Hold on, I've had another little idea here. We're just gonna very temporarily run this in the basement. This is not permanent operation. This is literally, we are just testing to see what happens. We're gonna throw that down there, plant that, gonna get some bone meal. There's power readily available right here next to this thing. That is lovely. And then I guess we set this up probably by facing that direction and right-clicking. That is connected, and now it needs power, so... yeah, okay. Alright, this is, so far, this is disappointing. That means we'll have to look up at why can I not type? Industrial foregoing. And find like a generator or something. Wither builder. What does that do? That's weird. Plant interactor. Froster. Or slushy machine. What else could we possibly use to power this thing? Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Maybe it uses buildcraft engines. Lever, get some Aeternalis fuel. It's been a while since we've had to get Aeternalis fuel. Been a long while. Okay, well that's not promising, the fact that it clicked in such a way. But let's give this another go. We'll put that there, and we'll put this here, and we'll turn it on. Oh my gosh, that worked! But the motor isn't doing anything. And in fact, the motor looks very upset about what's happening. What if I turn it off? It's still just going. Was this thing working all by itself from the beginning? Did I not have to do anything? Did I just have to literally put it there next to the tree? And just leave it alone? Yeah, now that I'm actually looking at it, I'm starting to realize that there is no, I mean, there's a latex tank here, but there's no indication that it needs power, really. Maybe I'm an idiot. I notice these, and I don't know what that means. Can I put wood inside of here? No. I'm sure that's for doing something different. Once this reaches 1,000, though, is it gonna give me something useful? This is all very strange, and I regret building it down here. This was a mistake. Oh, by the way, this is doing just fine. You have to remember that this never actually runs at 100%. What this does is it only keeps up the scrap. So the scrap needs to stay at 64 here, it needs to stay at 64 here. So once it reaches a point where it can do that, it just stops running, which means that it slows down. But that's fine, it doesn't need to run at 100%. It can run at 25%, consuming less energy than it would at 100, and it can still maintain the scrap output. So right now the scrap output's low. It's because you're kind of dealing with the luck of the draw with this thing. You know, sometimes you get scrap, sometimes you don't. So sometimes it surges up to 64, and then it's there for a while, and the speed's down. But as long as this stays full, that's what matters, and we're getting some UU matter. You're over 1,000 now. Fluid containers. Oh, do I need to put like a bucket in there? I probably need to put like a bucket in there. Hold on. That makes perfect sense. In fact, that makes too much sense. So if I put a bucket up there, that'll give me a latex bucket. Excellent. And then that needs to go inside of a tree latex processing unit, which is going to require one of these weird-looking machine cases. Machine casing, and then that needs to be combined with furnace, another iron gear, and some iron and a redstone. I need to do some recipes for gears, and then I can just open this up and click through to like the highest tier gear. We'll have to have like an entire dedicated memory stick for that, though, is the issue, because you're gonna have to have like the wooden gear, the stone gear, the iron gear, the gold gear, the diamond gear. That's gonna take up almost an entire memory stick by itself. So iron gear and build latex processing unit. There we go. It was actually 2 furnaces, or a furnace if you're so inclined. Now this will no doubt require power. Okay. Alright then. Alright then, machine. I'll play your silly games. I'm assuming you are going to need electricity. We'll just go downstairs in the basement where we're already doing this for some reason, and we will see whether or not we can hook it up into here, and it'll get power. No, it does require RF though, which is good to know. So we'll plop it down here, stick a motor on there, And, ooh, you know what? We're going to need some type of fuel. That seems ridiculous. Mobius? I like Mobius fuel. It seems pretty good. I mean, Mobius, it's literally evil. You know, it's the collective fears of an entire 2 worlds full of people, but whatever. Okay, alright. So that's energy, stored energy, and that's work energy buffer. So I guess once that fills, this will start to fill. How odd. So I've got my bucket. What do I do with that? Do I just put it in there? Okay. So that's got fluid latex now. If we click on here and we go through all of this, and we get to this, right? Does that tell me what to do inside of here? It doesn't really say. Does it need water? It might need water. I mean, there's a water tank. Stands to reason. I'm going in blind, by the way. I don't know if you figured it out yet, but I don't know what we're doing. Did I just turn the machine on? Is that what that does? I have no idea. Oh, when provided with power... Okay, let me show you how I managed to do that. I hit whatever this is, and then I hit this up here, and then there's just like a manual. And it just says... I mean, can I actually build that manual? Oh. Oh, yeah, it's literally just wood and paper. Okay, well, hold on just a second here. We have wood. And we have paper. Watch it not work, though, with this particular log that I just grabbed. Is this shapeless? This is shapeless. Fantastic. We have a manual now. We don't have to go in blind. Oh, it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. Getting started. Introduction, tree fluid extractor, latex process. That's where we're at. When provided with power, water, and latex, will produce tiny dry rubber. It will consume 75 megabytes of millibuckets of... Also, that would be megabits, not megabytes, because it's the small b, of latex and 1,000 millibuckets of water to produce 1 tiny dry rubber. Oh, and it did it. And it needs more water immediately. We probably need to get like a pool of water next to it and automatically have that being pumped in, which we could theoretically do. We do have more latex. How are you holding up, little tree block? You're not doing too well. Is it going to get the ones above it as well? How does this work? Once that one's broke... I guess it's done. Do I have to move it now? That seems like a lot of work. What if I just got my chainsaw and, oh. Oh, you can right-click on it to strip the bark off of it. What if I just put that there instead? Would you, Perfect. I haven't figured out what this button does yet. I haven't figured out why I would want to click it. Do I have to wait for this to fill up before anything happens over here? Maybe the buffer has to be full. Maybe that's how this works. Hold on. Let's observe what happens when the work energy buffer is full. And see if it just automatically spits us out another dry rubber. It does. We gotta get more power into this thing. Remember, we need 3 plastics to build the black hole unit. And a single plastic requires a dry rubber, which requires 9 tiny dry rubber. That's 9, 18, 27. 27! 27, where? 2. Perhaps the time has come to suckle on the forbidden teat of EU RF conversion. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said it like that, but we are gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna need to get ourselves some tin. We're gonna need a piston, and we might as well get a stack of those things. And then we're also going to need some glass. And don't think I didn't see 10 gears down here. I definitely did. Need to get some 10 gears. And then what goes into a memory stick? Okay, we got a new memory stick here. And we're going to go ahead and name this one. We have so many levels. I don't even care. We're going to name this one... Gears. Also, did we ever figure out if there was a way to extract XP and... Oh, we can make an experience bank. That's cool. Won't occupy any sides. Don't know what that means. Basic field expansion module. Field expansion module. Advanced field expansion module. I'm confused. I'm confused by these things. I don't know what I'm looking at anymore. I don't know. What is an explosive lens? I don't actually know. This, though. Maybe that's what I want. If I want to store all of my all of my XP? I'm not sure. Comment down below. Let me know. But we're going to go ahead and get the gears set up over here. So, there we go. We're going to save that right there. And then we are going to actually make one of these. And surround that with cobblestone. And we'll save that right there. Stone gear, and we surround that with tin. That'll give us the tin gear, which we'll save over here. And then from there, I think we actually want to go ahead and just build a tin gear. There's 2 of those. And everything else that I've already collected to build our electrical engine. We're probably going to need more than one of these. But the idea here is simple. It takes EU, and it converts it into RF. So instead of having to have a whole different type of power generation we need to worry about with a battery that we literally cannot build because we've never managed to find the materials necessary to construct it, and I'm not convinced they actually exist in the game. I'm looking at you, Sulfur! With that out of the way, we're going to pipe the EU around here, and I don't mean the European Union. And we'll turn it on. And oh my gosh, that is so much faster. How are we doing on power, though? Is that causing like a detrimental issue? Apparently not. It is nighttime. We should probably go to bed, get the solar power going again. It keeps this thing topped up with water. Okay, now we're running out of latex. Boy, it goes through that water, though, doesn't it? This thing's starting to turn green. I think that now that we have a lot of stored energy, I don't think it's really necessary to keep this thing running at all. Pumping water into this is going to become absolutely necessary if we want to use this mod long term. Because going out here and getting buckets of water is quite annoying. Look at my system here, right? Like, I get the water, I come down here, I put the water inside, I go back here, put it up, I get more water, I put the water inside. See what I mean, though? Oh, it's full. And it's out of latex. Okay, well, 53 is more than we actually needed, so that's good. By the by, according to some random wiki entry I found, the electrical engine uses 6 EU per tick to produce 2 MJ per tick. But I don't know, I mean, this is a Feed the Beast wiki, and that's probably old and outdated information. There's probably newer versions, the numbers might be different, but that's just what I found. So, we want to take these and do one of these here, right? Get the 5 of those, take them over here, toss them in here, and they'll cook down into plastic! Now, I don't know what the voice I'm doing is either. But that's the 5 plastic we needed. Then we needed a couple of chests and some ender-related things. I think, was it 2 ender eyes and an ender pearl, or maybe the other way around? And then this, yeah, I remember how to build one of those. Planks, block of redstone, some iron ingots, and then put it all together with the chests that are right there. I did a mistake. See, I made a really easy mistake. I grabbed chapped chests instead of just regular chests. They look quite similar, which I guess is how they fool people. Black hole unit. This is the big one, folks. It's empty, because I've not put anything in it. But if I wanted to, I could start putting this in here. Look at that. Arguably less satisfying, because you can't see like what's being stored in there until you click on it. But still, pretty handy. I mean, it holds just a ton of stuff. Oh, I could have just emptied the player. Okay, I can fill my inventory with the stuff, and I can empty it. That's handy, too. And with that, that brings Unlucky Episode 13 to a close. We've got to go deal with whatever Napier's doing over there. I don't know where the pirates went. I didn't know the ships could move. I still don't know why the sand is a slightly different color down here. I think, is that the hole we dug to get to the portal, or was that over here? I don't know. Something not normal's going on. But we got to go up to Napier's village at some point and deal with that. Napier is also an interesting name. I like it a lot, but it does sound like something that might come up if you search like random name generator and then just punch a bunch of options until it came up with something that sounded cool. But now you're worried that maybe in some foreign country there's someone named Napier who's like a mass murderer, and maybe you didn't verify that beforehand. Or maybe it's like some sort of horrible slang and you don't know. But then why would the random generation website tell you that? it wouldn't even have that as an option, one would hope. But then again, you can never be too sure. Okay, well, thank you folks for tuning in to today's episode there, eh? That's the wrong button. I was not trying to click that. That's other more different, kind of more useless map. I hope you folks have enjoyed it, eh? And I hope that y'all had a good time. I'm probably going to move all this out of down here because it doesn't really make sense to keep it down here. But thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye. Epilogue! Howdy, welcome back. It's the next day, and I've done a little bit of work here. I built another black hole unit, and I filled this one with rubber balls. I filled this one with refined iron. I, down below, built another one of those things you plug into the tree to extract the rubber nonsense. So I've got 2 of those going down there now, so I can build more black hole units. Something I wanted to note, that I should have noted before, is that there's a black hole controller, and I think that the way that this works, I haven't built one yet, gotta figure out how to get pink slime, first and foremost, but I think that the way that this works is it allows you to connect multiple black hole units together, and then you can have one object interface with all of your black hole units. So, if I can get a black hole unit working as an attached inventory for the industrial work table, it's possible that we can have thousands, millions of everything attached to the industrial work table, and then we would be able to rapidly produce things like the solar panels from just the raw, bare materials. It would be able to process, provided, I mean, I say raw materials, provided everything was in its final cooked form, and doesn't need to be, you know, macerated, furnaced, compressed, you know, everything's ready to go, and stored inside of black hole units. It's possible, but I still can't figure out how to get this to work with attached... I mean, I haven't actually tried, now that I think about it, to do it with a black hole unit, and if it just worked right out the box, that would be swell. But for whatever reason, it simply cannot... Oh, I lost all my recipes up here. I mean, I've still got the ones inside of here, but, yeah, whichever ones I had stored up here are gone now. That's good to know, I suppose. But, yeah, I can't figure out how to make this interact with adjacent inventories. It's sitting right next to a black hole unit full of refined iron. How exactly do I make it see that? I have no idea. I can turn on restock inventory, right? And then... Oh! Oh, it's working! Oh. Oh, interesting. It didn't work with a chest. Huh. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So presumably it's pulling it right out of here. 8,033. 8,001. Yeah. Okay. Right. So maybe in a future episode, we'll be looking at how to build one of these bad boys so that we can have them. I just got chills thinking about this, because we can have a ton of these. I don't know how many you can connect up to a controller, but then we can have the controller, presumably, one assumes, we can have that directly adjacent to the industrial work table and have every component we need for the highest tier solar panel and just click away and it'll pull the... Oh my gosh. How exciting is that? I just have to figure out how a person... Oh, it can hold 12 black hole units and black hole tanks and access their contents. And then there's like, what, 6 sides. I mean, we wouldn't be able to access it at that point, so practically 5 sides here. So, I mean, 5 times 12 is... Okay, hold on. Alright, I gotta remain calm, and I gotta work this out. Technically, that's more slots than can be held inside of here. So, we are limited by, you know... We might not be able to go all the way to the top from the bottom, but still, that's something. Only issue is I've got to figure out how the heck you get green slime. I mean, I can bottle it, and I can squeeze it, but where do I actually get the slime itself? Currently undetermined. A mob slaughter factory. Oh. Oh, maybe pink slime is, Oh, okay. Well, for next time. Bye.